So your immune system is what defends the body from infections. It's made up of a network of cells, tissues and organs. So these are the stuff that we're going to be targeting today in our yoga practice. So when you do have an under or overactive system, this can cause an imbalance and health issues. So today is all about balancing that system out. We're going to start off with some diaphragmatic breathing. Now, if I've got a little graph here, so this is your diaphragm, and it is a thin skeletal muscle that's just located under the chest, and it's what separates the abdomen and the chest. So this acts as a vacuum for your lungs. So if you see this, so as you are breathing in, the diaphragm contracts and comes down. Now in yoga, I teach something called belly breathing. So with belly breathing, I get my students to imagine a balloon in their belly. As you breathe in through the nose, your belly expands. Now the reason for this expansion in the belly is because the diaphragm is contracting, the lungs are able to expand to able to get fresh oxygen into the lungs. Now, as you breathe out, the diaphragm relaxes, comes back up, squeezes the lungs and is able to get you to expel carbon dioxide back out. So with this breath technique that we're doing, it's going to really help you to use the full capacity of the lungs and also improve the immune system, reduce stress, which we all need today, a few of us do. So we're going to begin by seated cross-legged. Now here we want to be seated nice and tall, so we want that nice, so we're going to improve your posture with this as well. What I like to do is just slightly, before I get started, if this is uncomfortable sitting like this, get your cushion and just place it under your sitting bones, and this just helps to elevate the hips and you're able to sit up nice and tall in comfort. Once you've found that comfort, what I want you to do is just move the flesh away from the buttocks. This helps to expand those sitting bones and you'll be able to feel much more grounded. So again, yoga is about feeling grounded, present. Then we're going to begin to lengthen through the spine, seated nice and tall. Bring the chin parallel to the earth, lengthening through the crown of the head, and relax those shoulders, guys. Lovely. So having this nice posture helps the breath to flow through the body with ease rather than it being restricted. A lot of the times we're always hunched up, which restricts the breath. So, seated nice and tall. Now what I want you to do is just close your eyes a moment. Take yourself away from the outside world. Bring everything in, okay? Now I want you to start observing the breath. So just taking notice of how you're breathing, not trying to change the breath in any way. Just notice every breath. Notice the breath in the chest. Notice the breath in the throat, coming through the nostrils, in the tummy. Are your breaths shallow? This is all about just being aware of how you are breathing right now. And then we're going to begin to deepen the breath. So in yoga, we breathe in through the nostrils and out through the nostrils. So if you can keep the mouth closed. And the reason for this, it keeps the heat within the body. And we all know when we keep that heat in the body, when we warm the body up, you're able to gain more flexibility and able to come in and out of poses much better. So, begin to deepen that breath. So inhaling through the nostrils and exhale, so breathing out through the nostrils, completely breathing out. So we want nice deep breaths in and nice slow controlled breaths out. As you're breathing in, feeling that cool air entering the nostrils. And as you breathe out, feel the warm air exiting the nostrils. Lovely. This is just to help you gain deeper breathing. Like I said, most of us, our breaths are so shallow, and when we're using like deeper breaths, you might find that you're becoming more dizzy because your body's not used to you breathing deeply. So before I move on to the diaphragmatic breathing, I just want you to place your hands onto your abdomen. And as you take a deep breath in, I want you to imagine a balloon in your tummy and the tummy expanding. You feel the tummy expand with your hands. So breathing in, and as you breathe out, feel that balloon deflate as your tummy falls. Do this for 2 more breaths. So inhale, tummy inflates. Exhale, tummy falls. 1 more breath, guys. And then just begin to notice how much more calmer you're feeling, how much more relaxed you're feeling. So it's so important to always start with a breath. Lovely. So now we're going to move on to the diaphragm. So I want you to bring all your attention, all your awareness to this diaphragm. Now it's a dome shape, so it looks like a dome, as you can tell. And then what we're going to do, we're going to deepen that breath in, and we're going to imagine the diaphragm moving down, lungs expanding, and the tummy expanding. And then as you exhale, that diaphragm relaxes, coming back up, pushing the lungs and expelling carbon dioxide. Inhale. The diaphragm is contracting, tummy rises. Exhale, relaxing the diaphragm and pushing all that air out. We're going to do 3 more breaths. So inhale, the diaphragm contracts as the belly expands. Exhale, relaxing the diaphragm, and just visualize this diaphragm working. Isn't it amazing? The body's so amazing. We take breaths and breathing in, but we don't actually take notice of what is going on inside our bodies. And this again just takes you away from that outside world, bringing you inwards. So just taking 1 more breath now, guys, and then we're going to move on to a very important organ that's important for the immune system. Lovely. Excellent. So if you are a bit uncomfortable seated cross-legged, you can put your legs out if you want to, so just extend them out in front. But if you can keep your legs crossed for now, then do so. And again, checking in with your posture, making sure you're seated nice and tall. So we're going to move on to something called thymus tapping. Now, thymus is actually a small organ that is located just behind your sternum and in the middle of your chest. This is not a lot of people actually know about the thymus, but this is very important for the immune system. It creates, so you could say it's a school for something called T cells. The T stands for thymus, so thymus cells. These cells are produced here and is what fights off infections and also cancerous cells. So we're going to be working with the thymus, and it's called tapping. So we're just going to make a little fist with our hands, bringing the thumb into the fingers, wrapping the fingers around the thumb. Just a nice light fist, and we're just going to tap into the thymus, so in front of the onto the sternum. So what we're going to do is the first tap is going to be quite heavy, so it's like a drumming sound. Then we're going to pause, and then 2 light taps, tap tap. So tap, pause, tap tap, pause, tap. Sorry, keep going. So tap, pause, tap, tap, pause, tap, pause, tap, tap, pause. Carry this on for a moment. So the vibrations of the sternum is what improves that thymus gland. So easy, simple. And you could do this in the morning, you could do this, and it really, also your heart chakra is based here. So it's releasing those feel-good hormones, releasing those endorphins to make you less stressed, and you'll find that you'll be a lot happier as well. So you can practice any time of the day, when you wake up, during the day, or also in before you go to bed. So we're just going to do one more. So tap, pause, tap, tap, pause. Lovely. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, release the hands down to the sides of the body. So we're going to move on to our poses now. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 poses that we're going to do. And you've probably heard of these ones before. The first one we're going to do is called child pose. In yoga, this is a great relaxing pose, great for insomnia as well. And also it gets the immune system powered up. So we want to start with our knees just over hip width apart, bringing the big toes touching. Okay, so knees apart, and then we're going to bring the buttocks, lower the buttocks down onto the heels. You can use your pillow here if you want to come down. So again, using the breath. So when you're breathing in, you're extending, so extend through those arms, you're lengthening. We want to keep that length. As we breathe out, placing the hands down to the floor and go with the breath. So we're going to slide the hands forward and bring the forehead down to the floor. Excellent. So when you're down here, also what I'd like to say, if you do have any sort of knee injury, I would refrain from doing this. So if you do have a knee injury, it's quite a lot of pressure on the knees. So try to sit this one out, or you haven't got to sit it out at all. You can have your legs crossed or out in front of you, and then just come forward into that forward fold and just relax the head. So when you're in child pose, arms extended out in front of you, rest the head softly onto the earth, breathing in deeply, visualizing that diaphragm doing its work, and try to draw the shoulders back. And you're placing your abdomen onto the top of the thighs. So we're going to take a couple more breaths here. Breathing in through the nostrils and back out through the nostrils. In through the nostrils and back out through the nostrils. Right, I've just seen the messages. Is everyone back on? Just give me a message. It's been interrupted. Is everyone on? Right, okay. Just wanted to check there. Okay, so to come out of child pose, as you take a deep breath in, slowly walk those hands back, bringing the neck and head last, and then bringing the spine, hips and neck in line with one another. And then we're going to move on now to something called cat-cow, another basic pose in yoga. So always checking in with your posture. It's so important to be aligned correctly to get the full benefits of the pose. So we're going to come into something called tabletop position. So you're going to imagine you're a table. Now you can use your pillow to pop under your knees. This just gives it a bit of cushion, a bit of support for the knees, especially if you do have bad knees. So you can use them. Right, so alignment. Fingers nice and spread here, and wrists directly underneath the shoulders. Okay, so a nice straight line. The reason for the fingers being spread, it helps to protect the wrists. So checking in with the wrists, in line with the shoulders, and then we're going to gaze softly back at the knees. We want the tops of the feet flat to the surface, and knees in line with the hips. We're creating a nice tabletop position. Now a lot of people tend to allow their tummy to dip, which puts pressure on the lower back. So just engaging that core in towards the spine ever so slightly to create that nice neutral spine. So with cat-cow, this is a great way to relieve stress, and also it massages and stimulates those organs that helps the immune system. So to begin, completely breathe out. Then as you inhale, you're going to lower the abdomen towards the earth, lift the tailbone up, looking up, draw the shoulder blades back, and as you exhale, push the hands into the earth, tuck the tailbone under, and round that back. So you can imagine the nice massage and stimulation your organs are getting. Inhale, tilting that tailbone up, looking up, shoulder blades back. Exhale down, round in the back. Inhale up, synchronizing the movement with breath. Close the eyes as well, guys. This really feels good. This is great for the spine as well. Inhale up and exhale down. Now when we round in the back, you can think of an angry cat. One more time. Inhale up and exhale down. And I'm going to inhale, coming back to our neutral position. So from here, we're going to come on to our forearms, and we're going to lower the whole front of the body now onto the earth. So we're going to do something called Cobra. This is another great pose to massage the abdominal organs. So hands again, fingers nice and spread, and hands directly underneath the shoulders. Keeping those elbows hugged into the side of the body. I don't want to see arms out. I want to keep those elbows nice and hugged in the body at all times. Tops of the feet and legs flat to the floor. Bring the forehead down to the earth. Take a few breaths a moment. Remember, fingers nice and spread. Then we're going to take a nice deep inhalation, and as we do, push the hands into the earth, keeping a slight bend in the elbows. We're going to lift the head, lift the chest and the abdominals. And we're going to arch the back slightly, lower back. Take a full deep breath, inhale and exhale. And exhale. Take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, slowly lowering the abdomen, the chest and the forehead. Inhale, we're going to come up again. Really push those feet into the floor, head, chest and abdomen off the floor, arch that lower back. Bring the head back, open that thyroid, working with the thyroid here. And exhale, coming back down. One more, guys. Take a deep breath in, lifting the head, the chest, the abdomen, and bringing the head back. And exhale, lower back down. Lovely. Now, one of my favourite poses we're going to do now, and I want a picture of Ricky. So, here we're going to come, pushing our hands into the earth, coming back into our tabletop position. Now, we're going to keep the hands exactly where they are and the feet exactly where they are. But we're just going to bring, coming up onto our toes, so tucking the toes under. So you're going to come up onto your tiptoes. Take a few breaths here, inhaling through the nostrils. So if you do suffer with high blood pressure, this is or carpal tunnel, this will be quite, I wouldn't recommend doing this. If you do suffer with high blood pressure, you can do this on the wall, which I'll show you in a minute once everyone's in downward facing dog. So what you're going to do here, on a deep inhalation, you're going to lift those hips up and you're going to try and straighten those knees out and see if you can bring the heels down. Now, a lot of people who have tight hamstrings will find this very difficult, so just walk it out. Connecting the toes still to the earth, walking on the spot, keeping the ears in line with the arms. So you're creating a nice upside down V. So any inversion, we're now working with the sinuses and congestion. So with this, it can help to relieve congestion, especially if you've got sinus issues as well. So this is great for that, and also for emotional stress. We don't want no stress. We want to be working in top order. We want to be calm. So breathing in. So if you do have high blood pressure, just use the wall and you're just going to come down like this. So you're still creating that V. You're going to bring the head slightly down, but any dizziness, just come back up. So you'll be using the wall. I've got a fake wall here, and you're still going to create that V, but by standing. So breathing in and out. Keep going, guys. This is great for the functioning of the lungs as well. So any inversion like this, great for the immune system. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, lower the knees slowly back down to the earth. And now we're going to come into something called half spinal twist. So seated on the heels, we're going to bring that right buttock and slide it to the right side. So the legs are slightly staggered here. Then we're going to bring the left foot over the right knee. If this is too much, there's another, we can modify it so you can keep the legs extended out in front, then place the left foot over the knee. So this I call the twist and rinse. Now this is great for relieving fatigue and also helping, because it's a twist that we're going to be doing, it helps to expel toxins from those organs. So left hand behind your left buttock, and we're going to bring the right hand up, so coming onto your fingertips. So really pushing the fingertips into the earth to keep that nice length. We don't want no slouching. We want to keep up nice and tall. Then as you inhale, bringing that right arm up, extending through that right arm. As you exhale, you're going to bring that right arm over to the left knee on the outside. And as you inhale, pushing that right arm into that left leg to create a nice twist. And just breathing deeply, looking over the left shoulder. The wrist and twist is great for detoxifying the body as well. Breathing deeply, guys. Inhaling through the nostrils and exhaling. Now to release out of this, take a deep breath in, release that right arm. And as you exhale, bring in the right arm behind you. And then come back to seated on your heels, or if your legs are extended, just extend your legs back out. So this time we're going to just do the other side. So we're going to slide onto the left buttock, bring the right foot over the left knee, right hand behind your right buttock, onto your fingertips, keep a nice length. Inhale, bringing that left arm up, really extending through the left side of the body, keeping the length as you exhale, bringing the left elbow onto the outside of the right knee, and as you inhale, try to twist that abdomen into the inner right thigh. Looking over your right shoulder and breathing deeply. Inhale through the nostrils and exhale. Just imagine all them toxins being run out of your system, unwanted toxins within the body. And then to release, inhale, bring that left arm round to the back. Bring your legs out, extended out in front of you if they're not already. Just give a little shake. Shake the arms, shake the legs, tap the legs. Tap the tummy. Lovely. So last two poses, guys. So I'm not sure if you've heard of this one. This is the bridge pose. So we're going to slowly just lay ourselves back onto our backs, but when you come down, do it a bit mindfully. So really draw that core in, come down onto your forearms and feel the connection with the back, lowering down to the surface, keeping the knees bent, soles of the feet on the floor. And we're going to bring the head in line with the spine and the hips, lowering the back of the head down. Now before we do this and get started, once you're in a full bridge pose, don't move your head from side to side, keep it in line with that spine and looking and keeping it straight. This is just to help protect the neck, so you don't want to move the neck. And when we're up, keeping that chin tucked into the chest. So So, walk those heels as far into your buttocks as possible. Palms of the hands and arms flat to the floor. We're going to take a deep breath in and we're going to lift those hips up. Okay, so really bringing that chin into the chest. Now you can stay here, or if you want to deepen this pose, interlace the fingers underneath, keeping the arms to the floor, and slowly walk your shoulder blades into one another and breathing deeply. So just staying here, breathing in and out the nostrils. Remember to keep the head straight. This is great for stretching the shoulders, stimulating the lungs, thyroid and abdominal organs. Also great for increasing circulation and the lymphatic movement as well. Breathing deeply. And as you exhale, if your shoulder blades are together, slowly walk the shoulder blades back out, broadening those shoulders, move the hands away, slowly, slowly, lowering the hips back down to the earth. And now we're going to come into corpse pose, the last one, guys. Well done to you all. Corpse pose, it's not just about laying down on your back. We're going to really connect with ourselves now. So this is great to relax the entire body, relieving stress, fatigue and refreshing the mind. So laying on your backs, legs extended, palms facing up. Bring the legs about hip width, just over hip width apart. And then just lift the buttocks up and draw that tailbone down towards the feet. Arms out to the sides, about 45 degrees out, palms facing up. Close the eyes a moment. Inhale, and as you exhale, completely relax your body. Allow the feet to naturally drop outwards. Taking a deep breath in and a nice, slow, controlled breath out. So I'm going to allow you to take 5 more breaths in complete silence, listening to music and enjoying this very moment. And when you're ready in your own time, we're not just going to come up because we're nice and relaxed now. You're going to roll over to your right side. Use the left hand to push you up to come back into seated.